So as you add NPCs into your world and then you go ahead and test it by hitting test and play, sometimes you'll get some of these red error messages here. And don't worry about them too much, right? They're just attached to the model that you imported into your game. They don't reflect any major errors in your game, right? Okay. I guess the next thing that we want to do is maybe we can add dialogue to the bartender. And if you've played any RPG style game, basically the dialogue of the NPCs lead the character and give hints to the character of where he should be going, right? And so what I want the bartender to say, maybe I can go ahead and play the completed game and we could see exactly what he says, okay? So I'll say play. And I believe what he says is something along the lines of, you want to chat about the goings-ons of the town. All right, so let's go over here to the bartender. Click here, howdy partner, what can I get for you? And then I get a couple of choices, right? I don't have any money, nothing, see ya, right? So this one is the goodbye message, like I don't want to talk to you anymore, right? I'm going to go away. And then I'll go ahead and click on the other ones to show you how that works. So I don't have any money, right? He needs money, basically. So we're trying to tell the player, like, okay, the point of this game is to get money. So I don't have any money. Well, then how about I tell you about the goings-ons here, right? Of course, because a bartender or a saloon owner is kind of a professional talker, right? Or usually that's the way they're portrayed in games. And so, yeah, let's go ahead and say sure. Oh, my gosh. I don't have any money. What can how about I tell you what's going on out here? And I say sure. Well, the miners left the town because of all the fighting going on. Who's still around? We have a couple people hanging around trying to earn enough money to buy a ticket on the train. Train? Yep, that train owner is charging an arm and a leg to start up that steam engine. We say, how much do they want? They want $5,000. Can you believe that? Wow, guess that means I'm never getting out of here. Listen up, there's still gold in those streams. If you head upstream, you may find some. Right, I say upstream, where's this stream? I'll tell you what, if you follow them train tracks, it'll take you right to it. Wow, thanks for the help. And that's the end of the conversation. And that kind of sets the stage for the entire game, right? And if we go over to the banker and we talk to him, he kind of says the same stuff. Well, you know, of course, we use him to trade money. But if you don't have any money, you could say, I need money. And he'll say, well, I only trade for gold nuggets. Right? And, of course, the bartender has told you where to get those gold nuggets. Okay. So let's go ahead and program the bartender's dialogue. And maybe we can also come over here to Charlie. And we can see what he's going to say. I have a horse and wagon for sale. They allow you to carry more gold. And I can say I don't have any money. Well, there's a gold nugget upstream, right? Thanks. So every character is kind of pushing the main character towards that stream over there in the back of the map, right? And so let's go ahead and stop this and code the bartender's dialogue. Well, okay. So we're here, and we can get the dialogue by looking into the workspace, right? Here's the bartender. And the way dialogue works is you go into the head. So every NPC is a humanoid, right? Just like the player is a humanoid. And what is a humanoid? It's a set of parts like a head, left arm, right leg, torso, right? And so, and here you can see here's the humanoid portion of the bartender. And in the humanoid portion, there's different things like walk speed and hip height and health and things like that. That kind of information is held here in the humanoid. And then we have the different the different parts of the character. Right. Here's the root part is the torso or like the body, and then we got left arm, right arm, and so on. And so what you need to do is you need to add the dialogue to the head. Okay. So if I go ahead and click on that, you could see here that I already actually have a dialogue. And I'm just going to leave that as a model for how we're going to code ours, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to right-click the head, and you're going to say Insert Object, and you're going to say Dialog right here. Right? So now I got two dialogues. I'm going to call this one Old Dialogue. Okay. Again, this is the one that I created, the original one, right? I'm just going to use that as a model. But this is the one that you created, all right? And the way that this works is you have an initial prompt. That's what the bartender is going to say in the very beginning. When the player clicks on the question mark, he's going to say this. And then you have a goodbye dialogue. So you could either activate the goodbye dialogue or not activate the goodbye dialogue. But let's go ahead and activate it. So what I'm going to put here in the goodbye is nothing to see, nothing, okay, see ya, right? And then in the initial prompt, I'm going to put howdy partner. What can I get for you? Okay. Okay, great. So we can go ahead and test that, and what you would see if you did test that is the player comes here, clicks on the question mark, and the bartender says, howdy partner, what can I get for you? And one of the options is nothing, okay, see ya. And if he clicks nothing, see ya, then the conversation ends. Okay, this is the end of the conversation. Now we want to add another choice besides nothing to see ya, right? We want to also say something like, oh, what's going on in this town, right? So the way that we're going to do that is we add a dialogue choice. So you go ahead and right click the dialogue that we just added, go to Insert Object, and go to Dialogue Choice. Okay. Now we have a dialogue choice here, and let's see, what did I do? I said, oh, okay, well, I don't have any money, right? Basically, bartender, how do I get money? So I'm going to put here as my user dialogue, don't have any money, and then my response is going to say, well, how about I tell you about the goings-ons, right? And so this is what the player is going to say, what the player is going to be allowed to choose from this dialogue. Okay. So he's going to be allowed to choose nothing, okay, see ya, and he's also going to be allowed to choose I don't have any money. Okay. And if he does choose I don't have any money, then the bartender is going to say the response dialogue. All right. So how about I tell you about the goings-ons here? And here I guess we can unactivate the goodbye dialogue. Okay. So let's go ahead and unactivate the goodbye dialogue. And then from there we want him to say something else, right? Like, okay, sure. So why don't we go ahead and test this out for now, and then we can talk about the rest of the conversation after we take a look and see exactly what it's doing. Oh no, I just realized a mistake, is that we have two dialogues. We have old dialogue and we have regular dialogue. So let me go ahead and stop this and then go back and let's delete the old dialogue so that it will act normally. So I'll delete that, and then I'll come over here and I'll play that. Okay, so here we go, we're playing. And again, we're going to ignore these little red error messages. We go to the bartender, click here, howdy partner, what can I get for you? And this is the goodbye dialogue, right? So this will end the conversation. And this is the dialogue choice. I don't have any money, right? So I'm going to click I don't have any money. Well, how about I tell you about the goings-ons here? And then we want another set of choices, right? So we need to add another dialogue choice. So let's go ahead and stop that. Let's go back into our game. And the dialogue choice that you're going to add is going to be on the dialogue choice, not on dialogue. Okay, because we want that choice to be given after it says I don't have any money. Okay, so let's go ahead and right click, Insert Object, Dialogue Choice. So now we have another dialogue choice, and I'm going to go back to my original so that I can get bartender, the dialogue that I used earlier. So I'm going to go into my head, dialogue. This is the one, right? So I'm going to say sure. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to say sure. And then I'm going to say, well, the miners left the town, right? So sure is the choice that the user can click on. and then the response is what the bartender is going to say. So I put, well, the miners left the town because of all the fighting going on, right? So that explains why the town is so deserted. And then I'm going to unclick the goodbye choice. And then from there, we add another choice dialog, right? So it's like a question, like who's still around is what the player asks. So I'm going to come back over here, right click, insert object, add a dialog choice. And then here he's going to say, well, who's still around since everybody left, right? And this is the answer that the bartender is going to give. We have a couple of people hanging around trying to earn enough money to get onto the train, to buy a ticket on the train, right? And again, I'm going to unclick my goodbye choice because I don't want that to be an option here. And then I believe there's one more dialog choice, right? It says train. So I'm going to right click, insert object, go to dialog choice. I'm going to say, well, make sure you clicked on the right dialog choice. I'm going to say train. And then the bartender is going to keep on talking and talk about, well, the train, yep, that train owner is charging an arm and a leg to start up that steam engine, right? And then I believe there's one more. No, there's a couple more. Okay, so then we add another dialog choice and say, how much do you want? Dialog choice. Make sure you clicked on the right dialog choice. How much do they want? And then it's going to say, they want $5,000. Can you believe that? And then I'm going to come back and we have another dialog choice. It says, wow, I guess that means I'm never going to get out of here. So insert dialog choice. And on this one, I'm going to say, wow, I guess that means I'm never getting out of here. And then the response is going to be, listen up. You know, you can still get out of here because there's gold in those streams, right? And if you head upstream, you may find some. And then we're going to end this conversation by adding this, nope, not final dialogue. Say upstream, where's this upstream, right? So I'm going to go ahead and insert object, dialog choice. And here I'm going to say upstream, where's the stream? I tell you what, if you follow them train tracks, it'll take you right to it. Right? And then the final dialogue is going to say, wow, thanks for the help. So I'll right click, dialog choice, click on this one. Wow, thanks for the help. And it's going to say no problem. And I want to make sure I uncheck the goodbye dialog choice, right, on all of these guys, because I don't want that to be an option. I want to make sure that the player goes through all of these dialogues with the bartender, right? So he knows all the information. And so now if I go ahead and test it, you can see that he will have a back and forth conversation like how I programmed it. Right? So I come over here to the bartender, click on him. Howdy partner, what can I get for you? Don't have any money. How about I tell you about the goings-ons? Sure. Well, the miners left the town because of all the fighting going on. Who's still around? We have a couple people hanging around trying to earn enough money to buy a ticket on the train. Train? Yep. The train owner is charging an arm and a leg to start up that steam engine. How much do they want? $5,000. Can you believe it? Wow, I guess that means I'm never getting out of here. Listen up. There's still gold in them streams, if you may find some. Upstream, where's the stream? Tell you what, if you follow them train tracks, it'll take you right to it. Wow, thanks for the help. Sure, no problem. And that's the end, right? So, yeah, that's the dialogue for the bartender. And I guess the next dialogue is going to be for the store owner and the bank and also Charlie.